Hi, today we are publishing a list of the top 5 movies of 2025 that you should not miss. Movies that are made in a way that will keep you engaged in some very breathtaking and exciting moments. These films deliver constant thrills, gripping surprises, and heart-racing moments that pull you in from the start and never let go. If you enjoy these cinematic recaps, be sure to subscribe to the channel and share it with fellow movie fans. Stay with us until the end and drop your favorite pick in the comments below. Number 5. The Running Man. The Running Man unfolds as a fierce, adrenaline-charged dystopian film set in a grim, oppressive future where the American nation is ruled by a ruthless regime. Here, the top form of entertainment is a deadly televised spectacle known as the Running Man. Desperate citizens watch as selected contestants are hunted down by professional killers on live television. It's a propaganda tool used by the state to control the masses and distract them from widespread poverty and oppression. The story follows Ben Richards, a former police officer who becomes a fugitive after refusing to fire on unarmed civilians during a food riot. Branded a traitor and framed for mass murder, he is captured and offered a chance at survival. Participate in the Running Man and win his freedom. Ben agrees not for himself but to secure life-saving medical care for his terminally ill daughter. Richards is thrust into the deadly game where he must survive for 30 days while being hunted across the country by a group of violent and sadistic assassins. Number 4. I Know What You Did Last Summer. I Know What You Did Last Summer returns as a bold continuation of the late 1990s slasher legacy, delivering the terror again with a sharp, modern edge. This movie follows 5 close friends whose lives unravel after they become responsible for a deadly car accident that changes everything. Instead of coming forward, they decide to cover up their involvement, hoping to escape the consequences. However, their secret quickly spirals into a nightmare when they begin receiving threatening messages from an unknown assailant who seems to know exactly what they did. 1 year after the accident, the friends find themselves stalked by a mysterious killer bent on exacting revenge. As the tension escalates and the body count rises, they realize that the horror is far from over. Desperate for help, they seek out survivors from the infamous Southport Massacre, a series of brutal murders tied to the original events decades earlier. Among these survivors are familiar faces Julie James and Ray Bronson, played by Jennifer Love Hewitt, and Freddie Prinze Jr., who return to assist the new generation of victims. Number 3. KO. KO is a gripping French-language action drama that follows Bastien, a seasoned MMA fighter whose world collapses after a devastating incident inside the cage. In what was supposed to be his final match before retiring, Bastien delivers a brutal knockout that accidentally kills his opponent Enzo. The victory instantly turns into a nightmare, and the trauma of that moment pushes Bastien to abandon the sport that once defined his entire life. Overcome with guilt, he retreats from the spotlight and starts a quiet, reclusive life far from the MMA world. Years later, Bastien is living anonymously in Marseille, working a modest job and trying to keep his past buried. However, when Enzo's teenage son Leo suddenly disappears under suspicious circumstances, Bastien feels compelled to act. Racked with remorse and driven by a sense of responsibility, he steps out of the shadows to help find the boy he once orphaned. Number 2. Bring Her Back. Bring Her Back is a chilling psychological horror that trails teenage siblings Andy and Piper. After their father's passing, they are sent to stay with Laura, a withdrawn and grief-stricken woman mourning the tragic loss of her own child. In a remote, isolated cabin buried in dark woods and heavy silence all around, the setting reflects the troubled souls within. Laura's obsession with reconnecting with her dead child leads her to a series of disturbing occult rituals drawn from decaying VHS tapes, promising resurrection, but at horrific costs. Andy, skeptical and emotionally guarded, finds himself protective of Piper, who is more vulnerable and curious. Their attempts to navigate this uneasy new home unravel when they discover Laura has a mute foster son named Oliver, who is both cryptic and unsettling. Laura begins preparing Oliver to be a spiritual vessel, hoping to bring her daughter's soul back through him using methods involving drowning and spiritual possession. Number 1. F1.
Down the inside, contact!
F1 is a high-octane sports drama that dives into the intense, high-speed world of Formula One racing through the eyes of Sonny Hayes, played by Brad Pitt, an iconic former driver who has been away from the sport for years. Once a revered champion, Sonny now wrestles with past regrets and a fierce desire to rise back to the top of the racing world. When a struggling Formula One team offers him a chance to come back, not behind the wheel, but as a mentor and team lead, he sees an opportunity not only to redeem himself, but to shape the future of the sport. Sonny's primary focus becomes Joshua Pierce, a talented but inexperienced young driver who carries raw potential but lacks the discipline and confidence to succeed at the highest level. Through grueling training sessions, high-stakes races, and moments of personal tension, Sonny pushes Joshua to learn not just about speed and technique, but also about the mental toughness and strategic thinking needed to win in Formula One. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, please, to like, subscribe, comment, and share.